Well, hello there. Happy Friday. I'd like to welcome all 8 of you to the first video I've made for this channel in over 7 years. I might end up uploading a bit more frequently, so expect the next video around 2027. But yeah, let's get into it. I recently bought a sewing machine, which I'll be using here to make a backpack out of denim from some retired pants. Thanks for the pants, Matthew and T. Aside from the zipper, this entire project is made from recycled materials, which makes me feel pretty good. It makes me feel scrappy, I suppose, and I think scrappy is good. I want to be more scrappy with both my things and my time, and that means spending more of my time making as opposed to consuming. When I boil things down, I feel the best way I can spend my time right now is by actively making stuff, such as this bag and this video. Plus, projects like this one don't cost me any money to make, which I'm quite happy about. Now, obviously, projects like this take time, and time is money, yada, 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 but this is time I normally spend on social media, so I actually feel like I'm rescuing my time back from the ever-addictive scroll. A few months ago, my daily screen time was hitting numbers that I am not proud of, so I felt like I needed to hit the reset button. Since 2011, social media has been a constant in my life, and I've never taken a break from it. For me, the biggest time suck comes from Instagram and Snapchat. These apps are quite good at filling the little gaps that we have in our day. It's kind of like B-roll in a movie. It works well for transitioning from one scene to another, but too much of it will detract from the story. To address some of my bad habits, I decided to delete all social media for the month of October, kind of like Sober October, but for social media, so Cyber October? I don't know. But I found the concept pretty romantic, a month dedicated to creation rather than consumption. I deleted all the apps before I went to bed, so I awoke on October 1st without any feeds to refresh. The first day made me hyper aware of just how ingrained these scrolling habits are in my fingers. Even though I knew my plan to be more intentional with my screen time, my motor cortex took some time to catch up, and multiple times that day I found myself navigating over to where Instagram normally lived. One of the immediate sensations of the month was a sense of quiet. I found my mind feeling less cluttered, less distracted by the fear of missing out, and less concerned with what other people thought of me. It's weird to step away from social media because it makes the whole concept feel a lot less real. It's hard to realize it's a bubble until you're on the outside of it. With that said, being on the outside can feel a bit isolating, but I think part of me felt like some isolation would be grounding for my creativity. The clips in this video were shot in the middle of October, but I'm recording this audio in December. With a bit of hindsight, I figured I could take a look at the outcomes of this social media-less grand month of creation. Well, for starters, I made this bag, and I filmed myself making this bag, which probably doubled the entire bag making process. I spent some time learning how to draw. I mastered portraits. I probably journaled for an average of an hour each day. I read a lot more, and I spent a lot of time watching TV. Far more than usual. I pretty much binged through the entire series of Entourage in those 31 days, which I looked up, and that's about 50 hours worth of TV, so yeah. Deleting social media obviously forced me to address some of my social media habits.
These fuckers are flying everywhere.
I still found plenty of ways to passively kill time, but, it's an ongoing process, and this month was a step in the right direction. I think the intentionality of this month has carried forward in other ways. As I record this, I've yet to hop back on Snapchat. In the beginning, it was a bit difficult to say goodbye to Snapchat because that meant intentionally killing all the streaks I kept with my closest friends. I've long thought streaks are stupid, but I'll contend it's a pretty genius tactic by Snapchat to ensure daily usage of the app. Ultimately, my streaks were not contributing to quality conversation, and I don't want to be beholden to an app. Instead, I've been trying to make more of an effort to catch up with my friends over FaceTime. Sending uncaptioned selfies back and forth is fun, but I'm finding spoken conversation to be a bit more in my speed these days. Maybe I'll return to Snap, maybe not. The jury is still out. Meanwhile, I have since re-downloaded Instagram, but I'm trying to keep it at a distance. It has a time and a place, and I'm feeling less pressure to know what's being posted at any given moment. I can confidently say that being less attached to Instagram has improved my sleep. I no longer make a habit out of checking Instagram before bed, and the result is that I avoid a scrolling loop that keeps me up past my bedtime. Just generally making an effort to keep my phone absent from my nightly routine has been beneficial, and I'm pretty sure every sleep expert ever has argued this point, but like most things, the words are meaningless until you discover them for yourself. So all in all, this month was a positive experience. I'm not sure if a social media-less October will become a regular event, but I'd like to try more 30-day experiments. At some point, I'd like to take a hiatus from the internet, or I don't know, maybe I'll give up sugar for a month. Either way, at least I have a new backpack.